Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready to fall in. Oh, wait. This is about love. No!
I always knew you were in love with me. You're never going to be able to have me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know why? Because you're not rich enough.
Sorry. Yeah.
And I'm physically repulsed by you.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
And I'm attracted to men.
I'll take that as a badge of honor.
Welcome to 90 Day Gays, y'all. It's
I don't know what that was.
part 2.
Part 2.
If you hear that noise in the background, it means we're together and the dog is barking. That's what it means.
Y'all, I will say I had a lovely respite from that barking dog, but only to have my mother's dog bark all fucking night long. But I turned on a noisemaker so I couldn't hear her. Muffin. And then she'd stay up all night long, and then she'd sleep in the house in front of the fireplace. What a charmed life Muffin leads.
Why do I feel like I remember you doing the same thing when you were my roommate?
What?
Staying up all night, carousing, then sleeping in the day in front of the fireplace.
With my head on your lap.
Yeah, Poodle, get off. Get off of me.
So... Now, this is part 2.
Part 2.
Before we jump into the podcast, a couple of brief announcements.
We just want to remind everybody about our part, speaking of part 2, our second part of our crossover, our three-parter crossover.
Gay Crappens, or Watch What Gay Happens.
Or 4 guys not having gay sex, but talking about Netflix's Holiday.
4 guys with their mics up their butts.
True. So that was with Ronnie and Ben from Watch What Crappens. We love them. If you love Bravo Housewives, you're missing out.
Go no further.
Subscribe to them. You can listen to that on the podcast, on this podcast feed, or if you're on the Gatreon at any tier, you can watch the YouTube video of us doing that.
You can watch us gesticulating wildly. Almost gesticulating wildly.
Gesticulating wildly. Also, we want to remind people that we've got our top choices for our... for our names up. We are excited about that. There's
you can find that in the show notes. We announced them on our show last night.
We're not going to go through all of them because it's too much.
What we should do is do some of Jackie's honorable mentions.
We should do some Jackie's honorable mentions.
These are show names that didn't exactly make it.
Actually, I guess we can say them real quick. The names for voting are I'll just go through them real quickly.
Okay.
Number 1 is Champagne Dreams and Chandelier Screams. Trash TV Talk with Maddie and Poodle.
Love that one.
Number 2 is Reality Gays, Trash TV and Gay DD with Maddie and Poodle.
Yes.
Number 3 is Reality Reading Room, Trash TV with Maddie and Poodle.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4 is 2 Gays, 1 Remote, Trash TV and Gay DD with Maddie and Poodle. And number 5 is On the Couch with Maddie and Poodle.
Yay.
Talking Trash TV. And so that's our 5 names, but we do have some honorable mentions, Poodle.
I think we really do. We were blessed with an embarrassment of riches.
That is true. That is true. Now, a lot of them were good, very good. Some of them were really good and funny, but either so filthy that Apple Podcasts would deny our name, or were so inside jokes that no one knew would find our show. That would be like
a lot of Carl's wife references.
What's Carl's wife and dick pigs? What's that show about? You guys, y'all got to remember Lynette, who's looking for reality 90 Day Fiancé, needs to be able to find us. So that was we took that into consideration.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with our first honorable mention. I loved this one because it's so niche, and that is arsenic and old gays.
That was a shady bitch.
Y'all, everyone, if you didn't do arsenic and old lace in high school, you didn't go to high school.
You didn't go to high school. I have one. This is maybe, I'll be honest, this is maybe my favorite one.
Okay.
And if this would have, nobody would have known what this is about. I think it's too much, but I love this so much. It's called The Fudge Packin' TV Trash Compactin' Reality Roundup. That was I'm going to say this. It was submitted by S.L. Salazar. Good for you. I'm going to say that again. The Fudge Packin' TV Trash. Let me do it again. The Fudge Packin' TV Trash Compactin' Reality Roundup.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty great.
The next one I have.
The Fudge Packin'. That would be offensive to a lot of people, which is why that got knocked out.
I will say I was called a fudge packer, and it was very offensive to me. Yeah. So I'm kind of okay.
I love that
now.
it's taking it back, taking the fudge packing back.
Well,
but for some people that are new listeners, we're going to get letters.
Yeah. So don't come at us with that, y'all.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite. It's also very niche and very podcast. Go get mama. The gays are on. That's right out of Shooter the Dog, y'all. Go get mama.
Go get mama.
The gays are on.
Mama, go. Mama, the gays are on. Mama. Stop crying in there about Daddy leaving you, Mama. He'll come back. He always does when he sobers up.
Do you want to do one more?
Sure. I also loved. Where was it? I love this one too. Canoodle with Maddie and Poodle.
I love that too. I love the rhyme.
I love that too. Makes it sound like we're having sex.
Canoodling, no, that means...
What does canoodling mean?
It means like having a relationship.
Oh!
Yeah, kind of.
I like that even more. Canoodle with Maddie and Poodle. But again, Lynette from North Dakota, who's looking up reality TV, is going to go, what the fuck is that?
I want to also say we had a post, I think probably like on Christmas Eve or something, and everyone in our Sissy Squad on our Facebook page, and we have 48 states represented.
We do.
North Dakota was not among them. Y'all, if you are a North Dakota sissy, I want you to come at us somehow.
My grandpa's people are from Dickey, North Dakota, so I've got relatives there still. I'm a North Dakotan.
And they're embarrassed.
They're not at all. A little.
We also had no Vermont sissies. Maybe you guys aren't in the Facebook group.
Maybe.
So come at us if you're a North Dakota sissy or a Vermont sissy or an Idaho sissy. We didn't have either, but I think we might have lost the Idaho vote because I won't shut up about militias.
That's your fault.
So, y'all,
it's
all militias all the time for me in Idaho.
The views of Jake Anthony are not the views of 90 Day Gays.
Ruby Ridge!
You guys, so we're going to have a new name coming up. You have until New Year's Eve. What are you doing New Year's? You're voting on a gay podcast. Name. So by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, be sure to vote, and then we're going to announce that come January. I forgot what day in January. But sometime
I think we said we were going to try to do it on the 4th.
Great.
Our best.
We'll just have to scrape together to get all the art done and all the technical stuff and rename all those shows while you're just sitting pretty.
I've done all the hard work so far. I did all the legwork.
Uh-huh. So anyway, y'all, we appreciate you so much. I guess, is that all of our announcements?
I think. Plathville tonight on the Gatreon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or tomorrow.
2 more episodes, I think.
Yeah.
No sweet tea this week.
No, Life After Lockup comes back.
Yeah, that's coming back. Dude.
I was busy.
So come at us, y'all. Again, we mentioned this before, but if you are on the Gatreon, we are going to be doing because it's so good. Salt Lake Housewives for the bi-curious. But this week we still have a lot going on with the voting, so we're going to bump that to
next week,
second week of January. So yeah, there you go.
All right. So look, y'all, it's very exciting the next couple of days. Stay tuned.
We are. It's going to be a new year. It's going to be
new name.
We've already done some revamping that's worked out really well in the Sissy Squad. It's just really, we're getting so much great feedback from the way and we appreciate, because we took your comments, and so I just feel like it's a new ad. I'm feeling good from my head to my shirt. Oh, no. We're doing everything just fresh. I love it.
Agree. Let's jump into the show.
Sure.
Let's start with Honeymoon in Paradise, Mike in Italy. I don't know who it was, but someone said, how can they even pretend to like each other at this point? Supposedly they might be married now. That's what I've also seen gossip on.
I will say.
And they may be doing it for the cameras.
Color me stupid. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't think Natalie is in this to get a green card.
I don't think so either.
I think there's something in her that makes her feel like this has to work out with Mike.
I think she has psychological issues.
And I think Mike just has nothing else to do.
Yes. This is a really weird.
Are we recording? Okay, we are.
This is a really weird thing. The what we have seen of them so far, you guys, and I feel like we are being set up by the production and by some of what we've seen on the show and some of the storytelling, is that this is a very dramatic and high stakes time for Mike and Natalie, and I feel that's partially how she acts when she's on screen live. In the confessionals, she acts fine. It's weird. And I don't know if that is the production making her, and she's trying to seem on camera, or I think she's very aware of she's being filmed. And there's a sense of, with those big googly eyes, as we say, she's extraordinarily beautiful,
But
too.
you can tell someone whose Instagram page that looks like hers.
She is very aware.
It's somebody who's very aware of the camera and how.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she's aware of. I think she's aware of how she looks. I don't think she's aware of how she's perceived. It's that whole Dolly Parton trifecta thing we've talked about. Who the person you really are, the person people think you are, and the person you think people. And I think those things are very spread apart for her.
I don't think she has any perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think she lives completely in the moment. And it's always what's going to be happening. I think there's also a way of this production of they came to the house at night, and that's when she said, it looks like a horror movie. So there is this narrative to tell the story of Natalie being in an unfamiliar place, with Mike being out in the middle of nowhere, which we also see reflected with Brandon and Julia. This kind of, I'm going to take these women from a different place, kind of isolate them far away. And the show's playing with that trope.
I mean, it really is even doing that in a very different sense.
Jovi and Yara.
It's doing that with Jovi and Yara.
Totally.
Someone who's in a big, huge city.
Right. And I think these are three city women. City
women without faces. Coming and going on a first name basis.
Yes, that you're talking about cleaning women, but that's okay.
Yeah, but it went well
Kinda
with
went,
city,
yeah.
City women.
So, and I believe that partly, I think both these men kind of think of these women as, or three of these men kind of think of these women as immigrants who are looking for a better life.
I think
and
can I add to that?
Yeah.
I feel like they're why am I not drinking and you are?
You asked me to, you said.
You should have gotten me a beer.
Okay, we'll do that at the break.
That made me forget what I was going to say. But
I'm sure it was very intelligent. But
I don't remember.
But I also want to remember this.
I remember now, teacher. I remember. Y'all, I'm raising my hand right now because I had to, because otherwise that pig would speak up before me, and I never would get my question in.
He always answered quicker.
Oinky always was on the uptick.
You know what? And he was valedictorian too.
He was
in that one-room schoolhouse.
So, yes, I also think that they're thinking of them as immigrants, and I also think, honestly, they're thinking of they are gifting them the gift of America.
I totally agree.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
The American hubris that comes with everyone wants to come to America.
Yeah.
You know, they've all said that. There's this sense. I also want to say that, especially in the case of Natalie, this is not someone who is, let's say, because there have been a lot of people saying online, she's just complaining, she's blah, blah, blah. I think she's reacting to the environment, but in such a way that is so blunt. And I think, as well as she can't think a couple steps ahead. She's always in distress mode. And we don't know if that's from a trauma or what.
She acts as if she was in a trauma. We don't know anything about her father. That hasn't been mentioned at all.
And she had a previous marriage that the less said, the better.
And the way, honestly, the mother and maybe it's a cultural, so forgive me if I'm overstepping, but there did seem between her and mother a pretty intense codependency.
Yeah.
So meaning that was, I'm imagining, and I could be wrong, that was born out of a struggle that maybe her and her mother both went through.
Yeah.
So whether that was with their father or another family member. So it just makes you wonder, like, what, it's like, are her eyes so wide because she just has wide eyes, or is she always just looking?
Yeah. And she's thinking the next shoe to drop.
Yeah.
I also take issue with the idea in this that Mike is some type of incel who has lured her there and is gaslighting her for his own amusement.
No.
I don't agree with that either.
That?
Oh, it is a theory.
Okay. For people that think that, Mike's not that intelligent.
And I think he's reactive.
He's not dumb.
Yeah.
But I think he's reactive. I think he's just like, Mike, you guys, Mike is that guy who never has an opinion of what he wants to eat for dinner. He'll just eat what you're serving.
Right.
He's like,
he's like, whatever.
Pork chops and some applesauce.
Right. Now, there was some moments here that I could see people get triggered by, and I know where they are. But I want to talk about, yes, Mike probably should have gotten her types of food.
Now that I
totally
agree with.
She is vegan. She is vegan. Yeah. She says vegan.
Yeah, because they're eating eggs, and I'm like, vegans don't eat eggs.
Well, I think she said she's vegan, but we're going to talk about this in a minute. But he should have gotten her food. Definitely.
It is this he prepared not at all for her to come.
I totally say, and he said, I don't think he was prepared at all for me to get here.
I agree.
Totally.
But I don't think that was like a malicious, maybe it was, but I just think Mike, he's not thoughtful.
He doesn't have that
way.
In him, yeah.
He doesn't, he's like, oh, well, this is fine for me. This will be fine for anybody.
He lives very simply, almost to a fault.
Mike's probably the guy, if you come to visit him, he might put on clean sheets on his guest bed. Otherwise, he might not think about it.
No, you'll get the pillow he jizzed on.
Great.
So let's jump into this, because I wanted to say that because for some reason, not necessarily on on social media, I'm seeing a complete divide and not a lot of middle ground for this couple. And I think a lot of it has to do with, number one, the storytelling that they're doing, that the production is doing.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
They're always, it's like Ari and Biniam, y'all. They made it really look like that they were really juxtaposed from one another. And guess what? On their social media, it looks like they're doing just fine.
And I will say, right before this, you guys, Mike and Natalie were together on social media before this season was,
and there were pictures of them. And
all over.
Y'all got to remember, it's a reality show.
Yeah. So I'm saying
the only thing that's real on this 100% is Darcy and Stacey.
Oh, God bless. I will say. So let's jump into this. So they are making breakfast. It's the next morning after they're at the house.
She walks
in horror movie,
and she leans up and kind of looks at him, and then she kisses him, and he's like, because Mike says, "Do you want to make French toast?" And she goes,
"What is French toast?"
"It's French toast," and he kind of tells her, and she goes,
kisses him.
Okay.
So there's this weird...
And Mike is just kind of standing there.
There's this weird moment of her kind of him telling her what to do and giving her steps. And she's like, is this enough? And she's whisking the eggs in this strangely aggressive way.
Well, she's taken out. She washed the eggs.
Which is a thing that some people in European countries do. But Americans would never even think to do that.
I didn't think that was weird. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you wash the eggs. No big deal.
But you didn't grow up with that.
No.
Yeah. So then she's kind of starts...
Can you imagine if I washed eggs in front of my grandma? Why are you washing them eggs? Well, Grandmama, I just wanted to... You think I buy dirty eggs because I'm poor?
Hazel.
Think I buy them dirty eggs? God damn it. Take that egg and shove it up your ass and we'll see if it's dirty then. That's exactly what she would say.
Wow.
And I'd say, I'm sorry, Grandma, I won't wash them. And then she'd say, come here, baby, I'll make you meatloaf. I love you.
So she's like, I'm constantly cold. He was not ready for me. It's so cold.
I felt sad for her about this because, you guys, how do I put this delicately?
Mike is a big man who makes his own heat.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's walking around in his shirt and shorts.
Yeah, he's like barely in underwear. When your best friend / podcast partner is completely thrown off the rails by temperature, you learn to empathize with people because if you're hot, but I always tease you about you being hot and you can't focus on anything.
Mm-hmm. I can't focus.
I'm kind of that way if I'm cold.
I get it, but have him turn on the heat.
It's torturous if you're freezing all the time. That's hard for you. Have him turn on the heat.
Or
wear warmer clothes.
Put on a coat.
Yes.
I guess I can't. I feel like the response of I'm just so cold all the time is also, i.e., I'm so uncomfortable in this environment.
I think there's a bit too of Natalie feels like, look, we agree Mike should have taken some steps to make her feel comfortable. But Natalie does seem like she wants him to do everything to make her nothing but comfortable.
Yeah.
There is going to be uncomfortableness in this because she is stretching herself and moving to a new country.
Yeah.
So no matter what Mike did, it's going to be a growing pain. And it's like Natalie cannot tolerate pain.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Cannot tolerate pain. And so it's got to be, she wants it expelled from her body, out of her life immediately. And that's just not the reality. It's like what you said. It's not, she's living in the reality, but without perspective at all.
Yeah. And I think also actually, it's painful to watch, you guys, her process. It's painful to watch her process the things that's going on around her.
It's painfully entertaining.
Well, not when she's sitting there. So you guys, for some reason, they make 4 pieces of French toast and they use 6 eggs. I have no idea what's going on there. I wrote that down. I was like, that's a lot of eggs.
That's a lot of eggs. That's an eggy bread.
And she's kind of like passive-aggressively singing as she cleans up after him, which is a mother poodle move, which bothers me.
This house is like trailer. The walls are really thin.
So they're sitting down with the French toast, and I think he's excited to show her something new. And so she's acting like, I will say, she's the worst actress. She's can't
terrible.
Even. So she eats it. She's chewing
You know what? Before you do this, I think it's time to bring back
our new segment.
Our new segment called
Outside Voice, Inside Voice. I'll be playing the role of Natalie's outside voice.
I'll be playing the role of Natalie's inside voice. So, trigger warning. If you're triggered by
mouth sounds,
mouth sounds, Sorry, we're eating.
Sorry. You may want to fast forward. Oh, y'all,
don't
pull over.
either. Don't pull over.
You know we're back in the U.S.
There's not an
LA.
ambulance in Sequim, Washington, or Squim.
Sequin. You're so gay. So here we go.
I'll be a mic too.
Yeah.
Hey babe, you like that? You like that French toast I made?
Pause. It's good.
It tastes like a rubber tire. Rubber tires. I got to leave here. Help me. Ooh, cinnamon.
But it's not healthy. It's just not healthy. I'm very healthy. It's not healthy. Now I'm gonna go up and get a. I'm gonna go up and get a carrot, and she's peeling carrots now. Where is something to clean this?
It's dirty. I'm dirty. You're dirty. We're dirty together. You want to get dirty? I don't want to be dirty, Mama. You want to be dirty? I don't want to be dirty, Mama. No. Where's a brush? Where's your brush? Part plus. Where are you?
I eat healthy. I eat carrot because it make my skin beautiful without extra cosmetic product.
I'm going to be a model, bitch.
And scene. Y'all, it was painful to watch her eat this toast. So she gummed it down. It's another ambulance. She gummed it down without any syrup or anything.
Mike's like, what do you think? She goes, good.
So, y'all.
And then she drinks the coffee, and it's like...
Swigs it down.
And she's like...
Get it out of my mouth. I also want to say, y'all, this talk of I eat healthy, there are food issues. Anyone who's going to pull out a carrot and eat it at breakfast, these are red flags here. And we already knew there were food issues. And she says, I drink lots of vitamins. I only eat healthy things.
But it is on Mike, though, that he had now. So
I agree. It's on him. We're talking about her food issues right now. It is
on Mike. But do you think? So here's the deal. Y'all, when Mama Mar comes to visit, she always reminds me, Matthew, could you go to the CVS and get me the Atkins shakes? I like the caramel macchiato. That's what I like to have for breakfast. And I get breakfast food. I get snacks for her. But also, she takes the responsibility. I mean, now I know. Yeah. But she reminds me. And I wonder if Natalie had any involvement of telling Mike these things, or did she expect them?
I think she expected them. I'm not talking about that, though. I'm talking about the concept of going to get a raw carrot at breakfast.
No. Yes. I'm just kind of adding.
I understand what you're saying.
And so I think, but I bring back that point. I think it's about food issues. Agreed. But I'm also bringing back, I think that literally is her way of saying she can't say, fuck you, I'm angry at you. So I'm going to eat a raw carrot
in front of you.
Like a poor person.
I will eat my carrot in a corner.
To make you feel like shit.
It's
both of those things.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I want to say the way she's using the saying, I eat healthy, means I eat healthy things that I can control, so what they do to my body. It's very...
I eat carrot. I save money on skin cream.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
This to me, y'all can come at us. This whole thing speaks to me of issues with food.
As two people who maybe have issues with food.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we've never been anorexic or anything like that, but it was triggering to watch.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. She's talked about it a little bit before, and she says things like, she's like, I'm very healthy. I only put certain things in my body.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you're very healthy at breakfast, there are other meals. Maybe she only found a carrot. But yeah. It reminds me of those usually women who you would see only eating bags of baby carrots.
I remember when I went to arts camp, and we had choir, we had orchestra, we had drama, we had poetry, we had ballet.
Yeah.
And the difference of what the modern dancers would eat versus what the ballet dancers would eat was astounding.
Yeah.
It was truly astounding. It was. And I was 14. And it's the first time I'd ever seen that.
And you guys, that's not on, a lot of the times that's not on those dancers. That's on the culture that, especially ballet culture, is pervading. Yeah. Yep, I totally agree. So especially any people who've had experience with food issues, come at us about this, because there was something, it was glaring.
Yeah, we're not experts on that.
No.
So, I'm just curious to, what? I'm just curious. Bless her heart. It's not going to go great.
Yeah.
It's not going to go great. Okay. So, so she's cold. What's going to happen? What's going to happen is they're going to go out, and Natalie and Mike are going to go.
We're going to go to
drive and see the town again, y'all, of 6,000 people.
It's very small.
It's very small.
So I think she thinks it's a town. And
they're driving down the highway.
And we're going to see Squim Washington.
And so they're driving down the highway, and Natalie says, "When are they into the woods?" And then suddenly we hear, dun, dun, dun,
because there are no ends to the woods.
Into the woods to front. That's where I get my hair cut. Into the woods we go to town. That's where I get the meat. It's found. Into the woods to grandmother's house. Oh wait, she's dead. Into the woods to grandmother's house.
And this is where someone else would come in, but there are not enough people in the town.
The way is clear. There's nowhere to go. You're locked right here. Oh fuck. Oh no.
So I will say they tried to do a production in Squim in the woods, but they only had 11 people in the cast.
That's true.
So.
There's a small creek. You get some fish. I do. Hey, really hate to ask it. Don't ask it. No woods.
I will say my favorite quote of the entire episode was, and I need to say this, when it gets a little warmer, I'll take you to the creek and you can catch a rainbow trout. She goes, what? I didn't understand the word. Words like crick, rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout.
Just had no idea. I died.
And he's like, have you ever been fishing? And she goes, no, I don't remember catching fish. Is your drizzly order here?
Not yet.
Stop? Okay,
not yet.
Poodle.
They're on the way.
When Poodle's checking his phone repeatedly in the show, it means dick's coming or alcohol.
You know, I'm not going to argue with that.
Could be.
Who knows?
There's something big out of the way coming up my ass today.
Maybe tonight. Ow! So they're talking about she's talking about the
it is funny. Again, it really was very Sondheim when she was like, when Natalie says, we go to town, I'm excited. And I wanted to say, she could literally say excited and scared.
Yeah,
just like Little
Red.
Just like Little Red. She's like, this is so fake when she's in the car. Say, oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, you're not excited at all, honey.
I feel like she's doing her best to be an actress. She's like, I
just want to say, I don't mean that in a negative judgment way.
No.
I think she's just, it's like that she's trying.
Right. No, I think she is trying.
And it's completely not convincing.
This story is produced differently than all the others. And I think this story is the most in common with Brandon and Julia because we are creating. We're obviously creating a villain in Brandon and Julia's story with the parents.
Yes,
but I think you have Julia, who is a much more reliable, less unpredictable person than Natalie.
Yes, I feel like I agree with you regarding the producing aspect. It's almost as if, honestly, it's probably, I would imagine, similar to the way they produced Stephanie, where they're like, this bitch is a gold mine. Just let her do her thing.
And I feel like, but Natalie's hyper aware of the camera this season.
It is,
yeah.
But again, it goes back to that, whether no matter what you want to call it, the Dolly Parton trifecta or awareness, it's that she has, who she thinks she's putting out to the world is not at all what people actually see. And she doesn't know the difference of that.
So she's basically right. She wants to go to the waterfall.
It is sun shining right now here.
It is.
Sunshine on my shoulder.
Okay, we can't do jukebox time.
Makes me horny.
You've done 3 songs in
I'm excited
5 minutes.
to be with you and be in person.
I know, but there's a limit, and I want you to start knowing it. So he's like, well, I have to get off work. He's like, maybe we can do that next weekend. And she's like, next weekend? You mean this? No. And then we go around with what next weekend is.
Who's on fucking first? We don't know the calendar.
Russian version. And then so she's like, it's actually a 2 to 3 hour drive. And so she's like, we could go now. And he's like, no, and she takes that to mean I'm not a priority. She says.
Yes.
And I will say, and I can sense her despair with, I don't have anything to do for 4 days.
Which is weird because they're driving in town, and y'all, I don't know if you noticed, but there were some businesses on the street of Main Street. If you noticed, there was this, the first place, Over the Fence.
Yes, I did see that.
And you know what? We had someone contact us from Over the Fence because they just wanted to do a little ad, just letting everybody know what Over the Fence. They paid us $20, and so we
it was
feel
sweet in Bitcoin.
You guys, we've got her name is Dee Dee Rivette. Dee Dee Rivette is here, and she's just going to tell us about Over the Fence. Dee Dee, so glad you're here.
You know, I'm so glad to be here to talk about Over the Fence.
Talk about Over the Fence.
This is a store.
Uh-huh.
It's got everything.
Okay.
We got those things that bob up and down in your front yard like the little boys, look like they're playing with their Peters.
Are they little boys?
Some of them.
Okay.
Some are girls. Who knows? These days, who knows? You can't tell who's a boy and who's a girl.
It's true.
And, I wish that people, it's a weird life these days.
Dee Dee, what's your biggest seller?
I want to talk about the boys and girls because you don't know who was a boy and a girl these days. They should wear signs. I don't even know.
Well, we
should go past that.
That's not,
so.
What's your biggest seller? Over the Fence, everybody. Over the Fence.
We sell specifically to Squam-related antiques.
Oh, okay.
We have things like General Douglas Squim. We have little statues of him, who the name of the town was named after.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people think it was Indians. But it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
General Douglas Squim.
There we go. Do you have anything to do with fences? Why is it called Over the Fence?
Because at our cash register, there's something that I passed it over a fence to you. Oh, like a literal picket fence.
Oh.
That's our calling card.
Oh. So you're good at branding.
No, we built the store, and there was just a fence in the middle, and we couldn't take it out.
There you go. Anything?
We made it work.
You made it work. You guys, Dee Dee Rivette.
We got traffic cones half price this week.
Okay, Dee Dee Rivette. We know. Thank you so much, Dee Dee.
We got, you know those pet rocks that people stop selling?
Yeah, Dee Dee.
Pet rocks are a gold mine.
Oh.
Where we are. You need to come get yours.
Do they have sayings on them?
No, why would they have that?
Okay, just checking. They're just blank rocks.
No, they got faces. You just got to look real hard.
Okay.
You know what? I'll give you a pet rock with every purchase.
Oh, great.
I found them in the gravel pit out behind my house.
Okay.
With a dead body. Wait, I didn't say that.
Well, Dee Dee,
I got to go.
Time's up. Everybody go to Over the Fence. Thank you, Dee Dee. Have a feeling we might be hearing more of her.
Oh, she was good?
You missed
she had
it.
a lot to say.
Yeah, she had
I
a lot
was off
to
getting
say.
a drink.
It was worth the $20 for her ad. It was
Great.
cash.
Great. What's the store do anyway?
Let's move on.
Okay.
It's better that way.
We
still don't know.
I was just shimmying by her. Her applique vest was poking out a lot.
There's a lot of flair on that vest.
She had a lot of flair, both Christmas, New Year's, and Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
For all.
I appreciate her.
So Natalie's like pushing to go to this like beautiful waterfall nature drive
you just
thing.
Said beautiful.
Beautiful. Mike wants to go. One of our sissies on Instagram messaged us and said that, like,
it's far
away. It's not like an easy day drive to go do this. So, anyway, y'all, but Mike, what does Mike do for work again? I forgot.
He's some kind of, I want to say he's some kind of construction manager for something, or like construction materials. But
construction people do not get a lot of days off.
Yeah,
y'all.
and so he said he'd have to get off the day, but he can maybe do it 2 weeks. She kind of loses it, and I think this just might be, this could be a couple things. This could be her not being able to plan for the weekend and to have like 2 weeks from nothing to do. So that could trick something, or this could be a camera thing. This could be her losing it for the camera because she does this kind of walkabout. She walks off and
it's
says,
really hard. I don't have time. And she's like, I know Mike works really hard. He doesn't have time. I wish I was a priority. And I'm like, honey, who paid for you to come to the United States? Like,
yeah, I get that argument.
Not that he paid for her. Not that in itself is enough. But Mike doesn't make a lot of money, and he's in debt. So he worked probably a lot to save money to get her here.
I think she's a big priority. In Mike's life, I just think she wants to be a bigger one, if that makes any sense.
Well, and totally different, if we're talking about these, 100% they have different love languages. And so, like, this is not, well, you know what, that makes it sound like what Natalie is saying is reasonable, and it's not. She wants to be, I think she has this fairy tale romance of being doted on.
Yeah.
Like, just always being showered with love and affection, and that's just not life sometimes.
And I think the relationship with him when she was in the first trip to Ukraine was wonderful, because he was like looking around and she was showing him her city, and she was comfortable in her city and her environment. And I think she's successfully curated her Ukraine environment.
Yes.
And as soon as she's out of it, she freezes. Like a frightened rabbit.
Yep.
And I don't think any amount of coaxing is going to help this.
No.
So this is a problem.
She even finally, like, Mike is still driving around. He's like, he literally is giving her the most boring tour ever. Oh, there's a big shopping center over here. Y'all, it's not a big shopping. It's a strip mall with 4 stores.
Yeah.
And so then Mike says, kind of in his confessional, of she has this on and off switch, and she's being really quiet. Pardon me.
I kind of agree with that.
And really pouty. And I think that was fine, because she says, I need quiet. I need to be by myself. And so,
I'm cold. I want to eat.
And so
I understand that. I need to eat something. I'm a complete nightmare.
They have this sweet little moment where she's going off and standing, and he just walks up to her and just holds her, and just kind of holds her for a little bit, and that seems really sweet.
And I want to say, he says something to her, and I know it could be triggering for people, because I kind of flinched when I heard it, because he says, use your words. It sounded like he was talking to a child. But I think he's reacting to the fact that she won't tell him anything.
Yeah.
And that's got to be...
And a lot of couples go through this.
And as a straight man, you guys, I only know as a gay guy, it is so frustrating not to be able to understand why someone's angry. Or someone is upset.
Yes. I know several straight couples where one was... And not always the man. A lot of times the women who... It's both sides. The women wouldn't talk. I'll be honest, in my own relationship, I was dating black gay men, that a military family, they don't express emotion. So it was a little bit of, hey, let me know what's going on. So this, I don't know, it kind of, I was this whole time thinking they are not long together. But then I saw this and I went, well, maybe there's a little bit of hope.
I think all of their difficulties are being trumped up by production. I don't know why I think that.
No, I think there's something to that.
I think they are showing us the most negative views, and it leads people like me to say, why are they even together at all?
It's true, because that's when she's crying, and I appreciated the statement. She says, I don't know what to talk about. So whether it's a translation, whether she doesn't know, we don't know, but I think that's an honest statement sometimes to be like, I'm upset and I don't know how to express it. That's valid. That's okay to say.
But don't shut down. Shutting down is the worst thing you can do.
Yes. So I think that's before we end them, I will say, y'all, this happens. It's like a gas station. It's like a diner. It's this place called Robin's Place.
Yes.
So the owner of Robin's Place contacted us and wanted to do it. They do a $20. Shocker, Dee Dee Rivette owns Robin's Place, everybody. So for one more time, Dee Dee, welcome to back to the show. Tell it, how are you?
I'm good. I was going to take an Uber outside, and it was an Arab man, so I told him to keep going.
Oh, well, that's...
So, you don't know what's going on with that.
Well, Dee Dee, I think maybe you should get to L.A. more. Dee Dee, tell us about Robin's Place before you say something inappropriate.
I'm just trying, you don't know who's going to be driving your Uber.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't pick who it is.
Well, I trust most of everybody, but so Dee Dee, Robin's Place.
Wish there was a watch list for Uber.
Okay, what's Robin's Place, Dee Dee? Your time's
Robin's
limited.
Place. Okay, it's a good thing
because you only paid $15 for this ad because it was your second one. We gave you a discount.
Robin's Place is where you can get everything you need in Squim. I bought it from my beloved friend Robin when she killed her husband after he told her that her pasta was too soft.
Oh.
And she killed him. And she was going to prison. And so I decided it was time to step in and take over Robin's Place.
So do you serve food at Robin's Place?
No, we don't serve food there. We only sell eggs.
Uh-huh.
They're Robin's eggs in every size.
Oh.
Like people make Robin's eggs. People do sculptures with Robin's eggs.
Oh, okay.
We also sell a couple of life-size replicas of Robin. Dick Ward,
Oh, like the Batman.
I'm not familiar.
Okay, well, okay. Anything? It can be. Is there anything that what is probably your most unique item that you sell in the store? That's the hardest to find anywhere in Washington.
It's probably going to be, I have my other store, over the fence.
Yeah,
but I can't plug that because you
didn't pay for that.
You fucking people won't let me talk about it.
Nope, just Robin's Place on this one.
Yeah,
your time's limited.
Robin's Place, I'd rather really not be in rush. You're flinging your wrists around. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl.
Oh,
so,
okay, Dee Dee.
Sorry, I got to watch my P's and Q's in liberal Los Angeles, obviously.
Yeah, apparently, Dee Dee.
Lily liberals, as my husband likes to say.
Okay,
my
Dee Dee.
husband, Pat.
Just talk about
where was I?
What the fuck can you get in Robin's Place that
what you can get at Robin's Place?
What?
You can get this here. It is the original set of Precious Moments.
Oh.
The original one that was designed.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There were only 75 million made.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's rare.
And we got like the last ones.
Okay.
But they're specific to Squim.
Oh.
Because instead of like their eyes, I put robin's eggs in their eyes.
Oh.
Some people say it's creepy. I think but when you're being stared at by those little robin egg boys and girls, they're praying to God, our Heavenly Father.
You should call it Precious Robins.
I'm not familiar.
Okay. Well, that's your time, Dee Dee Rivette. Thank you so much for joining us.
You can stop by Robin's Place or Over the Fence.
Hey, we're not talking about...
This bag won't let me talk about Over the Fence this time.
All right, Dee Dee. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Poodle, you missed her again.
Ah, damn.
She had a different vest on this time, too. I guess she changed in her backpack.
What? I did see her muttering about, can you get a white Uber driver?
Oh, yeah.
On the way out.
That was her. You guys, since we're doing commercials anyway, I think it's probably a good time for us to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, guys, pack up everything. We're going to go back to the farm. We're going to go to the farm.
But they just got here.
You ready? We're going to go to the farm. We're going to go to the farm. You're going to stay there forever and ever and ever, and you're going to work for me.
But I just woke up.
Nope. Go into the farm. Next relative is, or next thing is like an hour away. You're trapped here, honey.
Okay, Betty.
This is Brandon and Julia.
Betty is quickly becoming the worst mother-in-law. I don't know. We haven't seen all of them, but so far what we've seen in the history, I mean, she is in her own way rivaling Mother Debbie to me.
I agree, but I really want to say I feel like they started to film these people and they were boring. I feel like they started to film Betty and the husband, Buzz, Ron, whatever the fuck his name is. He's an asshole and it's not very interesting.
He cheats on his wife, yeah.
I kind of agree. But I feel like when they started to interview them, there was nothing really to... And then you had someone like Julia, and they didn't know what was going on. I feel like they are...
They needed...
I don't know if you watched this, but someone pointed this out. The husband is actually mouthing some of her words during some of their scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look.
Yeah. I think a lot of this is scripted. The parents' dialogue, anyway.
Really? They just...
I feel like these people, the parents were so boring. It feels... The reason I say that is it feels cartoonish. It starts to feel cartoonish after a while.
It does a little bit.
See, I don't believe Mother Debbie was cartoonish at all.
No.
She's just pathological.
She's the Maleficent of reality TV.
Right.
Give her a stab. She'll turn into a dragon.
And incinerates you.
Yeah. Oh. And then there's Pee-wee. Mom, I love fire.
We're going to get him, Pee-wee.
Ooh, don't get you caught on them thorns, Mom. They look thorny.
So they're going back to the farm, and she's like, all my life I lived city. And she says, how long is the walk to town? She's like, well, about an hour. And we'll get you a bicycle. It's fine. And while you're on the bicycle, I'll make you wear a tampon to see if you're bleeding.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I need to chart your cycles to make sure you're not having sex, so make no babies.
You better be. I learned how to download an app. Anyway,
I still feel this relationship, you guys, between him and his parents, if this is completely real, help.
They need somebody.
Yeah.
Help. Anybody.
I feel it feels facilitated to me a little bit. I'm still here for it, though.
I agree that I think Brandon is maybe one of the most boring people ever on 90 Day.
Yeah, and I think Julia is so interesting and so funny and so compelling to watch. And what is she doing with him? Maybe he's got a side off camera we don't see. I don't know.
Maybe.
Betty and Ron or Mark some
Donald, whatever his name is.
One syllable name that I don't give a shit about. I feel like they are having to give them lines.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now, when she sees the farm, she gets really emotional. Julia starts crying.
Because there was a welcome thing. And I will say, that is sweet of the parents to do. And these, about the next couple of minutes, I was like really into.
With her just being shown around the farm and stuff?
Yeah. And she's like, she sees the welcome song, the sign, and she starts crying.
Welcome, you're so nice to see. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to Gay DD.
That's our old TV party.
TV party.
TV Co. theme song. We have people like Wow Lisa.
Shout out to Wilo.
Ruthie. Jay Witzak. We're just saying random names. All kinds of people came from that.
Y'all don't even know. Sissies, before there was 90 Day, before there was Sweet Tea,
there was TV Co.
There was TV Co.
It was an
TV
app.
Co. It still is an app.
They paid us for a while, and then they ran out of money, and we couldn't do it anymore.
Come at us, though. If you're on TV Co. or TV Party, shout out to us.
Shout out
Aaron.
to us. Aaron, of course.
Aaron, yes.
Oh, my God. We had so much fun.
Old school support. They're part of the reason why we're here.
Yeah. Why Lisa's in the squad?
She is, yeah.
Yeah. And Jay Witzak's in the
squad. I
squad.
have her cookbook.
Ruthie's in the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all still in the squad.
Love them. Love to y'all.
So he's basically saying things like, yeah, she's happy to be here with him, and she seems to be living it. And he's like, and Brandon's like, if she likes the farm, I'm 80% sure we'll make it. I feel like this is not a good litmus test.
This is not. There needs to be no percentages at this point. She's moved to your town.
I also want to point out for those who are farmers, because my grandfather was a farmer and all of his family were farmers. This is not a commercial farm. This is what they call a hobby farm. Do you know what that?
No,
do you know what that is?
My grandpa had a hobby farm.
Okay.
He did not make his living from it.
Yeah.
It was just he liked farming. He wanted to do it.
But did he have animals?
He had, yes.
Okay.
Really?
You're acting like...
Really? Why am I scared of birds? Why am I scared of birds?
You know
my grandpa's rooster attacked me.
But a hobby farm, usually you have people come to it and...
He didn't, I guess not even. All he had was just, he had chickens and he had ducks.
What did he do with them? He sold small amounts of like stuff.
He liked... I think he sold some of the eggs, but he really just kept the eggs for themselves.
I want to make it clear, you guys, no one's making any fucking money off this farm. This is not some family industry that she needs to do.
I think I know what they're making money off of.
The dog breeding?
The dogs that are in pens. That makes no sense to me.
Let's be careful. We don't know about this dog breeding information. There
got triggered.
has been mixed messages going on.
That's
true.
We shouldn't come for them because we don't know.
But because for a while we weren't sure what it was to be. But I'm saying you guys can Google this. This is a thing you can Google to see how their dog breeding or their raising goes against it. We're saying we don't know.
We don't know.
I'm saying the internet can tell you all you need to know. So just filter with what you go with.
Yeah.
Or ask someone in the Sissy Squad. Actually don't, because the dog breeding posts bring out a lot of strong feelings on both sides.
Like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But
they do say we've got to go to work. So they've got another job.
Yeah, they have jobs.
Yeah.
But they act like her participation in farm work
is life or death.
Yeah. And I feel like the idea of that she's going to be made into some kind of like unpaid slave laborer at the farm is a little bit of an overreach.
The first day there.
Yeah.
You're going to learn, and the next day you'll do it yourself.
This
was just I agree with you.
And I will say, because I have either stayed on a farm or been on a farm, and I know how my grandfather worked it.
Or fucked a farmer.
Maybe. I actually did fuck a farmer.
No, I know you did.
But
I did too. It's not good though.
I want to talk about the idea of farm life and that everyone does pitch in. There is no I'm above you in this.
No.
Or it's like, and sometimes kind of like the Plaths, you are assigned a job and everyone just does their job regardless. Yeah. And you know that if the other person did not do their job, that nothing would get done. So you do your job because you're part of a cooperative, almost like communism. That's why Animal Farm worked so well.
It did work well.
But it is weird to ask Julia to do all these things if they weren't saying, you know what, I'm going to be helping you too. I'm going to do this, and then maybe you can do this.
Yeah, it just seems like, hi, you're here, we're putting you to work.
I will say the filming here and the storytelling was very inflammatory, trying to make it seem like they were just putting her to work as their slave.
Yes.
And I guarantee you that's not happening.
I hope not.
Yeah. And if it is, Julia, we're going to come rescue you.
Yeah.
And we're going to go drinking in L.A. because you're fun after COVID.
Oh, after COVID. She is fun.
I love her. I think she's my favorite cast member. Of this season. I don't know, Stephanie's close.
Oh, I want to hang out with Stephanie so bad and have a psychic reading.
Y'all,
yes.
Y'all, I don't know if you watched that part where she just talked about her, fucking her Ryan's cousin Harris. She was messing with her lip fillers, and she kind of like reaches up to the sky and like tries to open her mouth like
Y'all come at us with Harris's Instagram. We're still waiting.
Ugh. It's hot.
Ooh.
I'm in it. So she is
now. Julia says she likes animals.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to
take care of them.
Yeah.
She's like climbing the fence with pigs.
Yeah. Which she's like, yet.
No.
It's really funny, you guys. This whole section is really fun. The parents are laughing at her. They're laughing at a city girl. It's the same trope of city girl goes to the country.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean, not really a lot happening except for on the phone. They meet Aspen.
Aspen is their close family friend.
Yes.
God, Aspen's a basic name for a white person.
It is a basic name for a white person.
Sorry Sorry, Darcy's daughter.
Sorry.
Annika and Aspen.
Annika and Aspen.
Annika and Aspen. My girls.
But I love them, though.
So strong.
I think
they're strong.
They are Silva strong.
They are. They are truly strong.
I think we're missing Darcy and Stacy a little.
There is a hole in my life that
that can only be filled by those twins and or Smothered.
God, there better be a second season of Smothered. I Love a Mama's Boy. You're right. Third season. I Love a Mama's Boy does not cut it.
No.
I need to see Soon-Hee and Angelica serving more like Martian mimosas.
Yeah.
I've been on this shift all parsecs. With their hair will be pink next season, y'all. I swear, intergalactic cocktail waitresses had never made me. I wrote it down, and I still think it's really funny.
Yes, we still have to do season 1 of that eventually. When we have a slow period, we've talked about doing that.
It's not as good, but there was the mom who dressed too sexy.
Yeah,
as you know, that's a great trope.
So anyway, speaking of being too sexy, they kind of in that. Julia's like, I look at him and I love him, but I don't know if I'm going to end up if that's worth it to stay here.
Right.
So they decided to take the tour of the rooms of the house.
Oh, God.
And they take a tour of the house. First of all, this house is in Hoarders, but it's not clean.
It also hasn't been updated in at least 20, 30 years.
It's actually not dirty. It looks clean, but it's very cluttered.
It's very cluttered. It's very Russ's mother's house from season 1.
Yes, the joy of tidying up has not happened in this house.
Maria Kondo's name has not been spoken.
I'm not familiar.
I'm not familiar with Marie Kondo.
So they're...
Are you still laughing about Dee Dee?
I'm in love with Dee Dee Rivette, y'all.
I'm sorry I missed her.
You boy.
Supposedly she was still saying some racist swear words out the door. I don't know if we need to have her back if she's going to say racist stuff.
No, we don't want to promote that on this show. So anyway, y'all. So they're showing the rooms, and there's first of all, Brandon's room looks really nice, and there's a sweet little bowl of candy by the bed. Oh wait, Poodle.
And condoms.
It's not. It's not condoms at all. Or there's not candy at all. It's condoms.
This was furnished. I can say, this was furnished by the production crew
for sure.
For sure. It's a great laugh. I'm not going to lie. I will, because the mom and dad, number one, would have never bought condoms.
No,
they would have been too embarrassed. So
they would have. So.
There's iguanas in the house.
Well, then we go to Julia's room. There's an iguana in Julia's room, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you guys, they were supposed to fix them. Julia got the shittiest room in the place.
Her room looks like that room, the junk room. Like if you've got a junk bedroom in your house that you just, y'all know you got a junk bedroom in your house. That
Brandon
you just throw
in
bags of shit in.
There was word art in Julia's room.
Oh, it was really hard.
There was paint cans.
There were. Y'all, throw away your paint. You will never use it again. Unless it's white paint, you need to throw that shit away.
Throw that shit away. And here's the deal, y'all. Their kitchen has a trash can full of crickets.
Now, how would these crickets not jump out?
They're not jumping crickets. Come at us. Why would someone have crickets in their trash can?
To feed the chameleon.
Oh.
You missed that part.
There's
I'm
too
sorry
many
to give
animals.
You an easy answer.
There's too many animals in this house.
I think they have an animal hoarding problem.
The animals. Let's talk dirty.
I feel like that there should have been like something. There should have been a screen over the cricket garbage can.
Simple screen.
Yeah, that kind of threw me too. There are also those creepy stuffed animals on her bed that they look like they bought at the thrift store.
Yeah, it's bad. Yes.
Y'all,
everything was furnished in the thrift store.
Do not get thrift store stuffed animals.
No.
You don't know. I guarantee you someone jizzed on that stuffed bear.
Yeah.
People are fucked up.
Yeah.
Someone used that in some
Sometimes
kind of sex
little
play.
Johnny, or even sometimes little Johnny or little Susie, when they're 13, realize suddenly if they rub their bear the right way, it made them feel googly.
Yeah.
It happens. It's just like Plath in Plathville started rubbing on himself under a church pew and jacked off.
I promise you, if you buy stuffed animals from the thrift store or previously owned stuffed animals, you will be sorry.
Better wash them in some like
industrial solvent or something.
Yeah, or like
Silkwood shower.
that Lysol like disinfectant.
Germ away.
Yes.
Jizz away. So y'all, we're gonna eat an American dinner. We're gonna eat an American dinner with sticks. Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Good Lord. Come on. And
you know what my American is? It's a roasted chicken kale salad. That's American to me, so fuck off. And you know what? A lot of times I don't even have meat.
That's because you're a queer who loves Anna Garten.
It's true. It's true.
So she wants, they're like, how do you like her steak? So they're peppering her with questions, you guys.
Yes.
And I will say, she's doing
the word pepper. I appreciate
she's
it,
doing really well by trying to answer all of them. She doesn't know how she likes her steak. You know, she's barely kind of getting along with her English, and she's keeping up really well.
Yes.
And so then you guys, they start to pray, and they hold hands.
Yep.
And it's Father Ouija's time.
It is.
Now, I'm going to recite this prayer because I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Bless us, O Lord.
And these are gifts.
And these are gifts as we hope Julia learns about the farm and embraces the farm. And we hope that she will learn to love our son the way a woman shall love her man, and a woman shall forsake all that she owns. In your name we pray, Julia. Amen. Now,
Amen.
This is what we call in Christianity PA prayers, passive-aggressive prayers to get what you want through prayer. My Father Poodle is exceptional at this.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah. The prayers would... Father, we just want to thank you for bringing us together, and we want to thank Jake for blessing us with his presence this week. And, Father, we hope the cova goes away, Father. And even the people who need to get cova to wake up and realize they're living a sinful lifestyle. Maybe that will make them helpful. And Father, we want to pray for Betsy, my daughter-in-law, that she'll see the error of her ways, and she won't feed my grandkids garbage food like she has been, Father friend. And Father, I thank you for Vicky. Sorry, Mother Poodle. I just gave away my Mother Poodle's name. Well, I thank you for Mother Poodle because, you know, she might not be nice to me all the time, but I know she loves me. In your name we pray. Amen.
He's literally said that, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's pretty much that. My father is the ultimate king of passive-aggressive prayers to get back at people.
I think they're either Catholic or Episcopalian because this is the prayer we always said to eat dinner.
Yeah.
Blessed are the Lord, and these are gifts which we are about to receive through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Yeah.
That's the prayer. And they did expand upon, because I was kind of said it with them as I watched, and I went, oh, wait a minute.
They did expand.
This is a new part.
Very personal.
All about Julia. Mm-hmm. A PA prayer. Look at that.
And I like her going, I've only seen this movie. People actually do this.
Yeah.
Y'all, the worst, and I've said this before, the worst is when you are out to dinner and that prayer with people closing their eyes and holding hands lasts a long time.
It's true.
And I'm opening my eyes and my mother gives me an eye. Paper, what are you doing?
Fix your mic condom.
What's wrong?
Your mic condom's coming off.
Oh, anyway.
Goodness. So,
this episode's going to be 2 hours long, isn't it?
We got a lot to talk about. Sorry, y'all. So anyway, Julia says at the table, look, I am scared to sleep without you tonight. I don't blame her because there's a fucking farm in her room. She's not used to this. And Dad's like, nope.
We talked about it.
And Julie said, I understand, but I'm not a child. And Brandon was like, here, have a little more wine and we'll talk about it because I avoid confrontation at all costs.
Then Dad says, what do you mean, boy?
Boy. You know what? He's right because Brandon is spineless.
I said that
he's the least attractive person to be on this show.
That Dad starts talking to Brandon like he's a little boy because that's the way he's acting.
Because he is.
Now, I hate the way... So the parents thought that it was finished. The parents thought all this shit was done.
Well, the parents thought it was finished because... They thought they said their piece, and that should be listened to.
And I will say, this is another divisive couple because some people say, it's the parents' house. They should be able to do what they want. They should be able to say what they want. I kind of get that. However, mom should not be trying to talk in any way about her reproductive issues and reproduction.
That's what they don't get to
her
talk
period
about,
or
they don't get to talk about that.
Her body.
But they do get to say, you're staying in our house. This is what we're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree with that. If he is not comfortable with that, then guess what? Brandon should fucking adult up,
I agree.
Get a job that'll let him pay fucking
all
rent.
All the onus is on Brandon.
All on Brandon. And he's a person who we've seen the least of because he scapegoats everything to everyone else. He's gross. I'm going to say this now. He's horrible in bed.
I think he's just probably really inexperienced. Yeah. I need to switch to loose sleep because I love crumbling up pages before we leave them.
Great.
No one cares.
No one fucking cares. I love this PlayStation so much. So beautiful.
It was sold to me.
That makes me miss Kyle from Cray Cray.
By a woman who would, or they, a non-binary person or whatever, who would destroy Rebecca without blinking an eye.
And I. And
a lot of members we heard said, "Who is this person?" Because I'm so attracted to her.
I kind of was too.
Her power.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, whoa.
So. Y'all, Rebecca and Zied, this has been 5 days since the final interview happened. This is very short, you guys.
Talk about a couple that there's really not a lot of drama now. I think they had a lot of drama in the beginning, but I think things are mainly worked out.
I think, we're trying to make more trouble. So she's checking
I can't get comfortable.
Welcome to my life.
It's true.
She is checking his case status like every 5 minutes. I will say Rebecca's got a little bit of OCD.
No, but
she
you know
probably
what?
would admit that.
I've been there. It's like Thursday morning. I'm just refreshing that Sean Cody website. Where's that new porn? Mama needs that dick.
Y'all, remember?
Mama needs that dick.
If you're
gonna have a little dick.
If you're a straight woman or a straight woman who did not watch gay porn, know that Sean Cody, back in the day, like 6 or 7 years ago,
in the aughts, really,
was really the Cadillac Coupe de Ville of gay porn.
It was the
seemingly straight guys,
the tip of the penis,
who were experiencing gay sex for the first time. We were supposed to believe that. And they seemed to actually be doing it. And there wasn't a lot of direction. Then it was bought by another company. And then it went bad. And now we can only look back like days before communism at the czarist regime.
It's true. I remember.
Remember when it all went bad?
I feel like Anastasia. Uncut dicks, hairless balls. Things that I can remember. Boy butter
dick in ass.
Once upon a
Sean
Cody.
Yes.
Exactly.
They were so good back in the day.
They were. I remember we went down to kind of party in the gay area of San Diego. That's where they make Sean Cody.
Yeah, you lost your mind.
And I saw a straight guy named Carter who was flailing about, dancing like a big queen in a gay club. I went, oh, Sugar. Was he acting in that video when he said, "This is my first time"? I think he was.
Now, I think his, like, soprano screams while taking the dick might have been an indication.
As soon as when they play, oh baby, my heart, and he threw his hands in the air, it's like, oh.
Yeah, if you know all the words to Madonna's "Hung Up," you gay.
You gay. Even if you're a woman and you know all the words, you gay. You gay. So, y'all, Rebecca's sitting on a park.
Where are we?
This is like Picnic, the Saturday edition. Or no, not Picnic. Bus Stop, the Saturday edition.
It's just her, though.
Just
no
her,
one else.
No one else. Just her. She's refreshing and fresh. And finally, oh, man.
I actually teared up when it happened.
It was a movie. His case got approved.
And she called
his visa's
him.
Approved.
You're coming to America.
Can you see?
And he
you're
goes,
coming to America.
He goes, so much happy.
So happy. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And anyway, so then
she's right. This has been a culmination of 2 years.
So then we go to Zied. Y'all, Zied's had a glow up. This was, okay, first of all, his hair is my hair in like 2013, 2014. It was kind of like...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You're acting like you disagree.
His is more fuller.
I can't. How dare you?
Poodle's not balding
I have a lot of volume. When my hair was tall, my hair's just shorter now.
Your hair was very tall in 2013.
Y'all, Zied had my hair cut like 2013, 2014.
Poodle would spend 30 minutes just curling the front of his hair.
Of my hair. Ugh. When I would go out to Beige, which is a
oh
gay
my
club.
God, I forgot about Beige. That's the
with Coke Brendan. Remember Coke Brendan?
Stupid. Yeah, he's in jail.
He wasn't.
Or did he get out?
He got out. Now he's in San Diego, like being all fit with his family.
He's all fit.
He doesn't look good though. Yeah, he was one who's lost too much weight. Doesn't look great on him.
Well,
you know the weirdest thing.
Diego.
There
is.
I think he's in recovery. So
I hope he is.
Let's not.
I'm just saying. It's not. He wasn't good for you, but
I agree.
Fine. You had a wild time with him, so
we connected though in a weird way.
I can't hear this.
Parts of us.
God.
Well, he was a Leo, so
my God,
Leos aren't good for me, but I'm always connected to them. Libras and Leos, y'all. It's not, especially Libra, Scorpio, Moon, like me. Ugh, gross. I'm gonna stop
I'm back.
talking about astrology because the gayest thing I can possibly do.
Somebody driving down the road who's very Christian just went, Satan, I love y'all, but Satan. So, okay.
Where were we? Anyway, he looks good. He's got his little suit on.
He's buying something for his fiancée because he's going to be leaving and wants to bring her a present. And this time he's using his own money and not Rebecca's to buy a ring.
Rebecca, me buy jewelry.
It's the same old story, y'all. He's hot. He's excited, but he's sad to leave his family.
Oh,
that makes me sad. But they are happy to see him happy.
He also has learned a trade, you guys.
Okay.
He has gone to school for HVAC.
Glow up inside out. Y'all, HVAC, that's good money.
Y'all,
that's not just like a shitty little job.
And that is an industry that always needs people.
That always need people.
Because it's hot as fuck here.
It's hard
in America.
It's hard work. But it is good money.
I will say he is doing this, and he's earned enough money in Tunisia, so he's okay for a couple of months.
Yeah, and he also can. He probably will end up working a little bit under the table when he gets here.
Oh yeah,
they're so needed,
definitely
until his green card gets approved and all that.
For sure.
So I'm just saying, y'all, it's like Zied has his shit together. And I'm even more turned on about it.
I'm so into him.
You know, we know someone is like really excited by this. Andrea Simpson's like, what?
There's a lot of...
She's like, what?
And Aaron Martin, too. Aaron Martin loves Zied.
Aaron Martin loves Zied, y'all. If you want to hear some people gush over Zied, listen to Pink Shade.
Zied has a very specific following.
It's true. We need to do another crossover with them so we can hear her talk about Zied.
She'll just finger bang herself the entire
y'all, this
time.
is a tease, but we've got some good crossovers.
We got some good crossovers
in the new year with some new people.
One may involve a certain...
Hey, you can't keep anything.
A certain podcast involving Nicole Byer.
What? You can't keep anything secret. God.
And Marcy. We don't want to discount Marcy at all.
But,
it's 90 Day Bay, y'all. We're doing a crossover soon.
Did you ever keep Christmas presents a secret?
I could, but not after 2 vodkas.
Yes, true.
When I was 10 years old and was doing 2 vodkas, that's how you can get it out of me.
Literally, we started this podcast 4 hours ago, and so much shit has happened. We had to stop. Then there was Airwolf. So Poodle's just been drinking the entire time. We got to finish this up.
You're about to
drink. You drive me to drink. Made me drink. No, I wanted to do it.
Let's move on to Jovi and Yara.
Our
final couple.
In my opinion, she's the star of 90 Day Fiancé this season.
It's either her or Julia.
No.
Or, I don't know, Stephanie.
Stephanie's coming up the rear, y'all. She's hula hooping up the rear.
Stephanie coming up the rear. Stephanie. And she passes Yara. She's passing Julia.
And understands we've got a angry chicken. Well, that's Dee Dee Rivette, everybody. I'm kidding. She didn't pay for an ad. She's not coming back.
Last I saw of her, she was yelling at her Uber driver about giving her change. Apparently, she thinks they can give her cash.
Oh, Dee Dee. So Jovi and I, they're at home. He's reading Yara. It's like
he's reading some like Tom Clancy book.
Yeah. Book How to Make Me $1 Million.
I promise this was so safe.
Jovi doesn't read, y'all.
No.
Jovi doesn't read. No. He doesn't even read long Instagram posts.
The producer said, Jovi, here, you don't have anything to do. Take this book and act like you're reading.
Exactly.
And he's like, I don't know. What's this say? I can't read.
Yara's like,
Is it a drink menu?
I do not like the plates. They look cheap.
I will be honest. She is a woman, because she's been to the Poodleskaya school of I Marry Rich Man.
Yes.
She knows that she needs things that look expensive. And these look like things you buy at Pier 1 that are kind of not supposed
not
to
anymore.
look
Pier 1's
true.
gone.
But like Crate and Barrel that are kind of not supposed to look expensive.
But they are.
There's not gold leaf on them, you know. And I think Yara's taste, you guys, is supposed to look expensive.
You know, that is one reason why I don't buy a lot of Crate and Barrel, because I'm like, if I'm going to pay this price, I want it to look like I paid this price.
You need to like pay for like Williams Sonoma or I kind of get you there.
Do.
Yeah.
Honestly, my plates look really nice. Got them at Walmart 10 years ago.
Bargain Fair. That's a discount restaurant supply store here. I love Bargain Fair.
Y'all, Poodle has to go there because he breaks everything in his kitchen. I still have all the same plates I bought 10 years ago.
But I have a ceramic sink.
Do you?
No, I've broken all of them. I'm very careful when I wash my dishes, and I wash them very hard.
He gets very nervous. Some of y'all have sent mugs or sissy glasses.
I've tried not to break them.
I don't think you broke it. I
don't use them because I'm afraid, honestly.
Oh, boy.
So, again, this is not a couple who I think even remotely like each other.
No, here's the deal, though. Y'all, they fuck so good.
True.
It's totally a War of the Roses here.
Yeah.
They're like...
You're dating yourself, but that's okay.
They are fucking each other. Like, it is crazy. Even Jovi said, we didn't get along really well. Then we had great sex.
So
if they fight, and then they fuck.
She's definitely got a magic pussy, and she unlocks something in him.
And I think he knows how to have sex.
I think he does too.
Yeah. And his dick is fine, but he knows what to do.
I think also, she wants a green card. This is no.
Yes.
She is definitely.
Como se dice green card in Russian? Como se dice?
I think she's Ukrainian.
Oh, she's Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Who's Russian? Somebody's Russian.
Julia's Russian.
Julia's Russian. Yes.
So basically, she's like, "What you're reading? Book about how to give $1 million to wife." Definitely an Olga Pulskaya quote.
Yes.
So she wants to get rid of the plates because they are ugly, and Jovi feels the need anytime he's challenged to attack the other person and almost be super dismissive, and because his response to any insult or a problem is not to appear hurt, but to throw that hurt back at someone.
Yes.
Jovi is the textbook example of a reactive person who, as soon as he can't show hurt, obviously, because why would straight men ever show hurt?
No.
But he's so vindictive, he flips it right back and says, well, I was in your shitty apartment. It was a better place than you have.
Yes.
Which is gross.
It is gross.
I think he is the single worst person on this season.
Oh, for sure. He's a
single
piece of
worst
shit.
person.
That said, and not a defense, but more of just a noticing of with Yara, she's not kind the way she tells him she doesn't like things.
No, she's not.
She is, and to her, it might, maybe in Ukraine, that's just bluntness, but I don't think so, because the attitude she comes with them, she gets his voice in her voice, and she starts kind of almost like this, not whining. And
these two have a pattern.
Yes, but they have a pattern. They fight. He apologizes. They kiss. They fuckity fuck,
pussy.
fuck.
Fuckity fuck.
Come on. Ride that dick, you're gonna ride that dick, you're gonna ride that dick, you're gonna dick. Y'all, shout out to the Ride That Russian Dick song.
That so many have experienced when they were getting their oil changed.
Come at us.
Like I believe Sissy Dawn did. Yeah, some of you were like doing that when you got 90-day gayed.
Yeah, it happened. Which will change because you're voting on her name.
Exactly.
Do that.
So, y'all, they're going furniture shopping because Yara hates everything in his house. And honestly, it's a basic apartment decor. He even said, I had almost zero time to do it.
That rug is abysmal.
Yeah, and
that
I will
rug
say,
is gross, and so is that little... Actually...
He has no taste. I agree with her. He has swamp taste.
I want to bring something up.
Yeah?
The table, this is a little bit later, but the table that he gets rid of later, that tall table.
Yeah. You liked it.
No, didn't you have that table and I made you throw it away?
I think maybe.
I think you had that exact table and I made you throw it away.
It was bad.
Y'all, so I understand Yara.
I will say, Jovi, the thing about...
Did you buy that or did your mother buy it?
I think my mother bought it. I will say this, you guys. Jovi doesn't give a shit about what's in his house. And I don't know why he wants to put up such a fight.
Yeah.
Unless it's like control issues. So
ding, ding, ding,
yeah,
ding,
exactly.
ding.
So we're going to go to the furniture store and we meet a salesperson. Her name is, I'm going to spell it first because I have no idea how to pronounce it.
We're going to see.
I'm going to call her one name, and it may be wrong. Her name is Laqure, and I'm going to call that LaCure.
LaCure. I think LaCure.
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 It could be LaCure, but I think it's LaCure.
And this is another installment of 90 Days Theater. That's the first time we've ever done it perfectly. Yay!
Oh,
because I took the lead.
Okay. No, it's because you listened.
You know what? I'll give you that. I did.
Usually you just barrel through.
No, that's you.
No, that's not. Before we begin, I just want to say, you guys, this is LaCura's first time on reality TV, and she feels this is her chance. I just want to say that.
Welcome to Fontenot's.
Poodle will be playing LaCura.
Sorry.
I'm going to be playing Yara and Jovi.
Welcome to Fontenot's. What can I help you with? But we're looking at furniture here.
Oh yeah, my lady, she wants a new table. Hey, what table? Our house is not nice.
We got so much stuff to show you here, Shop.
Oh, you do. You do.
Look at this.
That's nice.
I'm gonna pull at my yellow top here.
Oh. That's nice. I think he how do you say, he has swamp taste.
Oh,
yes.
You funny girl. We always have that problem with our men. Okay.
I mean, she's always complaining about where. We live in the.
Hey, you be nice to her.
We live in the East Battery.
Oh, wait, that's a nice place. That's a nice area.
Yeah.
You need to like that.
There's just nothing to do. I don't know. I know what to say. I don't know. We need
that's nice.
We need, what is it? The thing on the floor. Hey, honey, you need to learn your English. It's rug.
Wait, that is not nice. You need to be nicer to her, okay? What would you need a Snickers or something? Do you need a Snickers?
I don't.
Have you seen that commercial where someone turns into like an angry woman?
I'm usually drunk by the halftime, ma'am.
Me too, Cole. Me too, Shy. Okay. You go. LaQ gonna go show you some stuff. Okay.
I just, I guess whatever she just wants to buy everything. She's never happy.
You need to apologize to her. I don't know this person, but I'm gonna take her side. No, you need to go outside. Look at her. She's upset.
I'm leaving. I'm not going anything.
You
I
can't
have to go.
say that
I have
to
to
her.
go.
You can't say that.
By the way,
to
your
her.
yellow sweater's not pretty, but I like you.
No. Okay. I do my best. You know what? I'm still waiting for child support to come in. So I would like a little bit of don't pull over.
And scene. That distracted me too because there was another fucking police car.
Y'all, we cannot control world events.
This woman was all up in this scene, and I appreciated her for it.
Favorite. Now, she was kind of an asshole because she was inserting herself.
She was really inserting herself in this, and the producer at one point was like,
"Okay, Gary, she's
Get
really
LaCure
taking it
out of here.
Get LaCure out of this scene. We are not paying her."
I kind of started screaming near the end. She's like, "You need to go apologize to her."
Apologize. And so
she was sitting there with her moles on her face.
She was.
And her yellow top.
Doing her best. She's going to talk about this at church. She's going to talk all about this at church on Sunday.
Oh, God. I fucking love. And because she's so New Orleans because, like, they will get up in your business and they will tell you what to do.
She was like, you need to apologize
She's like, you need
to
to apologize.
her.
You don't talk that way to her.
It was really shitty. I mean, the way he said to her, like, learn your English.
Oh, that was so awful.
Like, viciously mean. Like the look on his face, it was bad.
I'm going to say this right now. Jovi hates women, you guys. Yep. All women.
Yep.
And the fact that Jovi and someone said this that I think on some maybe it was on social media or something on Instagram said this is the first time Jovi has ever been called out by a woman. Any woman. And that is so true because he does not react to it well.
No.
Because men have such power in the South.
Yep.
I know even as a gay man, I have more power than a straight woman, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just society, how it empowers us.
Don't get us started women of color in the South.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she walks away. And he says, "I'm not putting anything like this in my apartment." Again, stating he owns everything. He has all the money.
When she has, granted, she just wants a green card, but when
y'all, I'm not a Yara stan. I think she's funny. She does want a green card, but she's trying for the camera.
But she has picked up her life and moved here to his apartment.
Yeah,
which is now should be their apartment. I get that. I had somebody move. My boyfriend moved into me where I already lived, and I made a concentrated effort. And at this point, I would never say that because I know that would be very hurtful to him.
What do you mean? You made a concentrated
I would never
effort?
say my apartment.
Yeah.
That's just like a. You guys, you shouldn't treat people that you love this way.
I will say he sees money as being transactional, and the fact that she's not paying for it seems like a problem to him.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, the inequality of systems that are happening here. She thinks he should pay, and she thinks he should pay, and she thinks that she should get equal say.
Yes.
He thinks he should pay, and he gets all the say. So that should be something they talk about. But they're not doing that.
And she thinks his name was John.
She thinks his name
was John.
That is the Reba McEntire deep
That
cut.
is a good Reba McEntire song. I gotta put that on Matt's country mix.
What was that about?
I gotta make that song.
Was that about AIDS?
I think a guy gave her AIDS, and that song was like she thinks his name was John.
That is so early 90s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
So I have a question for you. After all this, it's my apartment and blah, blah, blah. Does Jovi have a car? Because they're always in an Uber.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a car. No.
What? They had to go to his mom's house.
They took an Uber. He rented a car.
Does it? And here's my theory.
Do people in New Orleans
Does
need
Jovi have a DUI? Because he doesn't have a license.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not shading anyone out there for that.
No.
I'm just saying that may be why he's not. Because in even in that area, you guys, people have cars.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so I'm saying something is either fishy or maybe it's that he always wants to drink. And production won't let him drive drunk. So maybe he's like a functioning alcoholic who's always drinking.
Or maybe you're right on all these things.
Yeah. So and production maybe says we're not letting you go into a car.
Or he doesn't want to show his car with the breathalyzer in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So y'all, Jovi,
and they're going to paint out this alcoholism, y'all, because when they get home, the first thing
I need a drink.
They're focusing on that, and so Yara's sitting at the bar, kind of crying, and she says, which is true, she says, everyone thinks I'm a bitch and that he's so nice, and that is Jovi. He is nice to all. Everybody's like, oh, he's so nice. He's such a party guy.
Especially to women who are older than he is.
It was his friends before who actually were kind of like, a little bit like, we feel sorry for this girl a little bit.
Oh, yeah, the friends knew everything.
She doesn't have any. The female friend really was like,
what makes Jovi so special?
Exactly.
Because
Anyway,
guess what? Mama Jovi, the Cajun witch, has always treated him like he's God's gift, with the mouth as big as the Mississippi.
Yeah. With a mouth as big as the Mississippi. And because Joey, even when he's talking to Yara, this happened outside, but still, he was like, you mad now? You mad? Instead of saying, you know you're mad now. And she's like, you bitch at me all the time. He's like, hey, I don't get it. Let's just go drink.
Y'all, he's the biggest piece of shit this season. He's absolutely disgusting.
He's a horrible person. And he doesn't even like open the door. He purposely lets the door shut on her.
Yeah. He doesn't say, I'm sorry. Nope. He's so mean to her.
And Yara's like, how do you think that you would feel if you had said this is just your house? And that's where she kind of says, he needs to give up realize how much I've given up. And Joey...
You know what he says? You have a place to live, don't you?
Yeah, place to live. You can't respect my opinion.
And this fucked up idea, you guys, of I'm going to hold you hostage because you don't have anything and I held all the cards, that's really dangerous when it comes to 90 Day Fiancé.
It is. It is dangerous. And what I think is even more dangerous is he doesn't even try to see her point of view, nor does she really. Well, I don't think she needs to see his point of view in this case because his point of view is fucked up. But all he does is just apologize and says, I'm sorry for what happened to the store today.
He does, but it's a non-apology.
It's a non-apology.
And he says, you know what? We're going to get what you want because it's like whatever. And
we'll just order it online.
It's fine. I'll do anything you want. It's like whatever. He basically says, and you guys, true confession, I was brought up with hearing these kind of apologies between my mother and my father. And they triggered the
and
fuck
it
out
all
of me.
Makes sense. It all makes sense.
I'm so sorry you've had to deal with my issues.
Boy,
what a strong person
you're
must
right,
be.
Mother Poodle. I am a strong person.
But so he takes the chair to the garbage and the table's going, and he basically says, "I will leave you here, so it will be your apartment." Or maybe that's Yara who says that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
but y'all, this relationship's going along swimmingly. I still say they hate each other. They only fuck
do.
well. I think you're right. I think that's the show.
That's the show.
Should we go on to our Sissy Spotlight?
Yes, let's jump in.
Here we
guys.
go.
Here we go.
Hi, Jake and Maddie. I first would like to introduce myself, Stephanie Ripley, proud sissy. I am not ashamed to say that I'm a mix of Carl's wife, Mother Poodle, and yes, a dick pig. Yes, it is possible. Examples. When I first listened to the podcast, the first 4 or so sissy shout-outs, I thought they were real. And I was like, what the fuck? Carl! And, like Mother Poodle, I say some of the exact things to my grown kids. God, I guess I just wasn't the best mother. And now, thanks to y'all, I look for BDF all the time. Thanks a lot. Every time I cook Southern food, or especially bake, I tell my man, I wish I could cook for my guys. I have wanted to send y'all cake balls so many times. And his response was, I'm sure they're fine. Also, I can't even bring up my podcast when my son is here with his partner. I may have mentioned I wanted my son with Jake. His partner did not like that too much. Oops. Anyway, on a serious note, I want to say I am so blessed to have found this squad. I recently lost my sweet daughter, Amber. She loved y'all, by the way. She was the only person that did not roll her eyes when I talked about y'all and the squad. First post I made when she passed was to my sissy squad. I could not post on my personal page because it made it more real, you know. The squad, they showed me so much love and support. When I was sad and drinking at 10 a.m., I would read their words of comfort and their words of support, and it helped me more than you will ever know. Thank you all. I am so proud to be a sissy. Keep going, queens. And thank you, Jake and Maddie, for creating a place of support, a place we can be ourselves and not be judged. Love y'all.
Okay, so I need to collect myself. I'm crying, and I was ugly crying during that. So, and you teared up, and you never cry. I cry, but I don't really ugly cry. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking. That was Stephanie. That was really beautiful.
I'm speechless.
Thank you. I did not expect the way that was going to end.
Stephanie, I love you.
Stephanie, I'm so glad that our Facebook page was there to be supportive for you. And the people there, they are truly the best people in the world.
The Sissy Squad is
our
the
listeners
best.
are.
All of our listeners are. You don't have to be in the squad. The squad is just a special place, and so. But all of our sissies are one. We appreciate. You know, we don't even talk about the sissies that message us all on Instagram and Twitter,
and how much support that group provides, and what it's done this year for people. And if you guys are in the squad, or you're thinking you might want to join the squad, you need a support network. Don't waste another moment, because it's a beautiful place.
And I think as we we normally end this show with our normal little phrase, but I think for this episode, we just want to let everybody know that I think we dedicate this show to Amber, and we dedicate it to a lot of people have. A lot of people this year.
Yeah.
And so we dedicate that to all of your loved ones, and know that we're sending you all the love, all the dick piggery.
Yeah.
And
you guys, to laugh is to start to heal.
It's true.
So don't forget about that. So we're coming up to a new year now, and if you're thinking, if you've had a loss, or we've all had a loss this year. Just remember, we can all start over every single day.
We can all start over. Not to be grim, but that is New Year's Eve is a hard day. New Year's Day is a hard day for a lot of people. So if you're feeling a little lost, and you're feeling a little kind of uncertain, and you don't want to keep going, and even when we say keep going, Queen, and it's hard, as Poodle and I've said before. We have hope for you. We have love for you.
Use our hope.
Use our hope. Use our love. We don't know what we would do without this group. It's completely changed and transforms our life. Not just the Sissy Squad, but this podcast. And the community it has formed. It's beyond anything we ever imagined. And
totally.
And that's because y'all took it and you ran with it.
Yeah.
So
we can only do so much, the two of us.
Yeah.
And it's multiplied because of you guys.
Exactly.
So,
and this is our last show of the year.
It is.
It is. So, to everybody out there, we want to say we love you. Happy New Year.
Can't wait to see you in 2021.
Right. And as we always say, keep going, Queens.